Hi everyone, my name's Paul. Welcome to my world. Today I'm going to show you how to make a maple old-fashioned. So this is a contemporary twist on the classic old-fashioned cocktail. So simple and easy to make, hardly any ingredients needed, hardly any equipment needed. But let me just run through quickly exactly what it is that you'll need. First of all, the glass. No fancy cocktail shakers or anything like that needed for this cocktail. We're going to add all of our liquid ingredients into the glass, stir it down with ice, give it a garnish, and it's ready to go. So a nice short rocks tumbler or a whiskey style glass is perfect. You're going to need your bar spoon, doesn't need to be this long, something that's just going to be a stirring implement for you. You need a jigger or a cocktail measure. This one is 50 mils on the large side, 25 mils on the smaller side. You're going to need your peeler. The classic humble potato peeler will do the trick nicely, and optionally a sharp knife to clean up the garnish itself. Now ingredients, super simple. 50 mils of whiskey of choice, a few drops, just a dash of aromatic bitters. It's really powerful, you don't need too much at all. The sweet element to balance out the bitter notes of the aromatic bitters is maple syrup. Absolutely beautiful, natural sweetness. 10 mils. And then we're going to make a garnish with a fresh orange. So let's get started. We're going to add everything into our glass, nice and easy. So using your jigger, the large side is 50 mils, and that's exactly how much whiskey we're after. 50 mils straight into your glass. Now, this cocktail is all about celebrating the beautiful nuances of that whiskey. We're going to add a touch of bitters. It's really quite powerful. I can't stress enough, you don't need much of this at all. This is like bartender's ketchup, really. It's going to bring the other ingredients together, enhance the overall flavor profile, give some herbaceous and bitter notes, but it is really powerful. So 3 or 4 drops or a dash will do the trick nicely. Now to balance out those bitter notes, we need some sweetness as well. So maple syrup, using the small side of your jigger. This is 25 mils, we're after 10 mils of the maple syrup. So if you fill it about 1/3 of the way or slightly over, that can go straight in. Now do remember, everybody's palate is unique. Some people have a much sweeter tooth, some people prefer things more on the sour or bitter side. So the great thing about making your own cocktail at home is you can adjust those elements. We'll have a taste later and just check that that balance is right for your palate. So we've added whiskey, we've added the aromatic bitters and the maple syrup. Next we want to add 3 cubes of ice. And now we're going to use our bar spoon to stir this down for a minute or so. This is a cocktail that takes a little bit of time and a little bit of love. So what we're doing here is the dilution from the ice is going to mellow out and take off the harsh edges of the alcohol itself. Now this is an interesting cocktail, the history of it. Originally this was designed back in the days when people were using moonshine and homemade whiskey that would probably send you blind if you drank too much of it. And the idea was to add these other elements to mask the harshness of that spirit. It's a completely different story in this day and age. We're actually looking to accentuate those beautiful notes of the good quality whiskey that we have available to us. So here we are, around about a minute's worth of dilution. Essentially, it's down to your own personal palate, how much ice dilution you want to add. Have a quick taste. If you feel that the whiskey, that sharp alcohol burn is a little overpowering still, then carry on giving it a little stir. But I'm going to leave that for a moment and we'll prepare the garnish. So using fresh orange zest, what we're looking to do is peel a nice long strip, 2 or 3 inches of the outer skin. So using your potato peeler, we're just going to carefully peel a nice long zest. That's what we're after here. You can keep it nice and rustic, or if you prefer, you can trim up the edges. Essentially what we're after is a nice long strip of the outer skin of the orange. So, another quick stir just to make sure that we've got ideal dilution. And now we're going to add fresh ice into the glass, fill it all the way to the top. Another quick stir just to integrate that fresh ice. And now we finish off the garnish. Now, why do we garnish a cocktail? Obviously the aesthetic is important. You want the cocktail to look inviting, but also when you're using things like fresh herbs or citrus zest like this, we're adding an aromatic element to the drink as well. So it just adds that extra layer of complexity. And what we're looking to do with this is, rather than just dropping it straight in the glass, we want to extract the beautiful essential oils from inside the skin of the orange. Now, the best way to do that is if you hold it over the top of the glass in both hands. You want the orange side facing down towards the surface of the drink and the white pith facing up towards the ceiling. Hold it in your fingertips of both hands and just gently squeeze along the length of the zest. You can twist it into a spiral to really access all of those beautiful essential oils. You'll start to smell that beautiful citrus burst. It's a nice touch to give it a little wipe around the rim, and then you can tuck it down the side of the glass, and there we have it, the maple old fashioned. Enjoy.